video and my therapist called me and I got off. But it's all the same, man. Make sure you come in, make sure you like, make sure if you're watching the replay of this video, make sure you like, make sure you share this video, and make sure you listen to all my talking points, man. That's very important. I'm gonna try to get myself adjusted real quick so I can get you this. Thank you, man. Thank you for the like, man. So we're gonna start this over. I already know somebody's gonna call me, but it's not. I'm not gonna stop this time. All right. So the best investments that you could make for $5,000, less than $5,000, man. You already know what I'm gonna say. If you were here from my last video, my last live stream last night, especially make sure you like this video. The best investment that you can make is in yourself, man. And the best investment you can make in yourself is adding more responsibilities to your life. Let me tell you why. Now, firstly, a lot of you guys are going to be against this, like, well, Aaron Moses, how is adding more responsibility? I'm already, bro. Look, bro, your parents, a lot of you guys, your parents were setting you up to win, but they didn't even know it, man. Because what people look for in anybody more than anything is their ability to handle a lot of responsibility and make it look easy, bro. Okay? If you had a lot of responsibility, you had to get up, you had to clean this, do this, before you went to sleep, you had to do. The thing about that is that was building responsibility, that was building discipline, that was building a good sense of self, a lot of good things, man. Now, the difference between a rich person and a poor person is poor people typically don't have as many responsibilities as a rich person, man, because a person that's impoverished, oh, the live stream was messing up. Okay, the importance of responsibility is people tend to trust more people who have more responsibility. Responsibility is credentials, it's credit, man. I'm gonna explain that a little bit later, man. But the difference between a rich person and somebody that's impoverished is that poor people tend to have much less responsibilities than a rich person. A rich person has employees, they have to worry about their taxes, their properties, all these other things, right? A person that's impoverished really only has to worry about paying the bills, going to work, making a home safe. That's no responsibility. Okay, you might have a child or two, but who doesn't have a child or two, bro? That's nothing extra special. That's nothing that's exclusive or special, you know? But how you can work this with the law of the universe and the law of attraction. A lot of people might be saying, Aaron Moses, I already have a lot of responsibilities. I'm impoverished. I've been having responsibilities since I was 12 years old. You can use this discipline. You can use these responsibilities to stimulate the universe to give you what you want. How do you do this? You program the universe to give you what you want, and then you take that same energy and you show the universe that you can handle what you want by learning about this thing that you're trying to manifest, by surrounding yourself with these energies, by planning, by doing a lot of different things. The universe, of course, you are probably not gonna manifest something that you don't want unless it's an obstacle or a challenge that is needed to be able to get this said thing that you're trying to manifest. So you understanding, hey, for me to get this, I have to know this, this, and this. For me to manifest a car, I have to have a license. For me to manifest a house, I have to be able to at least keep my own home clean, even though it's small and it doesn't have a. Why would you? And the thing about it is, a lot of you guys are blocking yourselves subconsciously from manifesting what you want because you know that it's either gonna make you worse physically, mentally, or spiritually. You're gonna end up hurting yourself, or you're gonna end up throwing it away, and you're not gonna have what you have right now, what you should be appreciating, and the thing that you're trying to manifest. Next, man, why responsibility is so important to add to your life. Now, you could say, if you want to use the word challenge, you could use the word challenge responsibilities because it's just attractive to people. It's attractive to women in general, bro. So the thing about it is, a lot of people look up, they Google, how do I get a girlfriend? What's this new game? Red pill, BOA, AMS, ARC. The thing about it is, bro, a lot of these tactics and a lot of these things that people teach you to do, you wouldn't have to do them. You wouldn't have to adjust your life at all to get more success with women or to get more friends if you had more responsibilities. If you were outside, if you actually had to wash up and brush your teeth twice a day, if you actually had to have a specific wardrobe, if you actually had to be in places where only people with power would be, then you wouldn't have a lot of problems that you have right now in your social life, bro. And especially going forward in life, you're gonna need to know a lot of these people anyway. So you're gonna be killing two birds with one stone. Like there's one example. One example I'll give you is a lot of these dating coaches will say something like, "Don't text her back in 5 minutes. If she texts you, don't respond immediately. Don't call her for this amount of time. Don't do this. Don't go out with her for at least 2 weeks." Bro, if you really were living a lifestyle that required you to spend your time doing something else other than looking for a girlfriend or other than entertaining women, then you wouldn't have to make those adjustments. You wouldn't have to show so much restraint because you would be for real doing something with your life instead of playing these little games and doing these mind tricks, bro. That's why you need to add more things to your schedule and have more responsibilities, bro. The thing about it is, like I said a little bit earlier, this is going to add to your credentials, and I am going to actually speak on something a little bit different. But this is going to add to your credentials because when people see you, they're going to take you serious. When people just think about it like this: when you have ever had nothing to do, let's say even if it was your day off, if you're on Facebook all day or you're smoking all day and drinking all day, the first thing that people are gonna think is, bro, you don't have a job. You don't have anything to do. You don't have anything to do tomorrow. Don't you need to be lucid? Don't you need to be able to respond? Don't you need to be able to you think clearly for the next thing that you have to do? People automatically don't take you serious when you have a lot of free time. Even you could be the CEO of freaking Sprint right now. If people see you constantly not taking care of business, even if it's on the weekend, people just assume that you're not worth anything in real life. This is going to add to your credentials. This is going to show people that you're motivated, that you're inspired. This is going to show people that you are trustworthy. This is going to show people that you organize well, that you have knowledge, and that you have discipline, bro. And the biggest thing, I think the biggest takeaway is people want to be around people with a lot of responsibilities. People want to be around people who can handle what they can't because that's something that's uncommon, especially it's especially uncommon for somebody to put themselves in that situation. You have to understand, even if you're taking classes, which I'm just going to break off from that right now. The best thing that you should be the best thing to invest $5,000 in is credit. Fix your credit, build your credit, take some kind of class, pay some kind of coach, get some kind of training, get some kind of trade. Because, like I said, if you do, you get your vending machine, you get an ATM, you put a quarter on a food truck or something like that, or you help the local corner store man stock his store. When you get that money back, you're not gonna know what to do with it. You're not gonna know what you could put it back in, but do you really want to do that? Do you really want to put your eggs in one basket like that? $5,000 is essentially the only thing you could do with $5,000 is put your eggs in one basket. I'm sure there's other things you could do. Yes, the little cryptocurrency. I don't endorse cryptocurrency. I don't have enough information to tell you whether it's a good or a bad idea. I just personally don't care. Stocks. I don't really. I want to build something myself with my own hands. I want to have full control. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to rely on trends. I don't want to have to rely on Facebook posts and memes for these avenues to be marketed and affected. I don't want one guy. What was the dude? The Tesla dude went on Saturday Night Live and affected the whole game. I don't want that. I want something that I can physically touch. Just like Nipsey Hussle said, I want to be able to turn my hustle up to give myself a raise. I don't want other people that I never met, people that's outside my community physically and culturally to be able to affect my money, bro. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I'd rather just personally stay away from the stocks and the cryptocurrency and the invisible money, as I like to call it. I don't want that, bro. What I want is something that I can totally control. If it's my education, Okay, I put my money in these books, I put my money in this training. The only way that this is gonna hurt me is if I drink or if I smoke or if I do something to get this knowledge out of my mind, bro. That's the only way that you're gonna waste your time on education is if you do something or if you don't go out and you don't use that information, then it rots inside you, bro. But invest in yourself, bro. Because if you have credit, the credit is not gonna leave you, bro, unless you physically mess it up. Unless you do something dumb and you mess your credit up. You can go to prison for 5 years right now, bro, and your credit is not gonna you're still gonna have credit. You're still gonna be able to be good, get outside, get a car, get a whatever. And then you can put that into something else instead of the money just being spent and the money just being blown, you know. So putting yourself in a position where you're investing in something that is not hard to destroy. Okay. Going back to the responsibility, man. Responsibility is uncommon, which is gonna make you special, which is gonna affect you in all kind of. It's gonna affect you mentally. It's gonna affect you spiritually. It's gonna affect you socially, emotionally, every way. So you being uncommon is gonna make you a commodity. It's gonna make you unique, yet relatable. It's gonna make you different, yeah, relatable. So you have to put yourself in these positions. I'm talking about classes. I'm talking about offering some kind of service. Even if it's you, even if it's you slick mentoring somebody that's younger than you. Now you might say, Aaron Moses, I can't mentor anybody. Yeah, everybody can mentor somebody, bro. That's slightly younger than them. All you have to do is tell them what not to do. You don't have to have these deep philosophical talking points, but whatever it is, man, put yourself in. Don't be safe, bro. Being safe is being dangerous. That's what's that's what the most important thing, the message of this is, bro. Like people say to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That doesn't yeah, of course that makes sense, but I just don't like saying that. I like to say being safe is being dangerous, and being dangerous is being safe. If you don't know what's going to happen, if you're in the midst of the unknown, if you know that you don't know what's gonna happen, do you know what that's gonna do to your psyche, bro? That's gonna make you sharp. That's gonna make that's gonna make you stand out. That's what people want around them. They don't want somebody that's predictable. They don't want somebody, I mean, predictable in the way that you're going to perform and you're going to outdo yourself, but they don't want to know they don't want to be unsure of what you are not going to do at the end of the day. I know that it makes sense, but people want reliable people, bro. And the fact that you are uncommon and you went above and beyond to take those cold showers and to do that last set and to do things that other people just typically don't do. Reading on the weekend instead of turning up and spending your money on dumb stuff, saving your money so your money could save you. People want the uncommon. The uncommon is the most valuable thing in the world, bro. Facts. Facts. That's what sucks about this whole. Well, nah, not really. I don't want to say that. That's selfish. That's egotistical. But a lot of people are starting to get on the wave. A lot of people are playing with their chakras and talking about ascending masters and the Merkaba and the Kundalini. It's cool and all, but now we have people talking about these things and they don't know what they're talking about. And I'm thinking I'm walking into this situation, walking through the door, thinking I found somebody that's uncommon. And what do you know? They learned about chakras on a Facebook meme. And now my attractiveness is turned back down to zero, and I just wasted my time, right? So that's the thing about it, man. The last thing I'm gonna say is, oh, that's what's up, man. Blessings to you and your water fast, man. Great, that's great. This is why the black community, man, and I usually don't like to speak like this, but this is a big reason why the black community is in destruction mode right now, bro. Because a lot of, what is it, 75% of the men are not around. The fathers are not around. So we have these black women, masculine. You know why they're masculine? Because they have too many responsibilities and not enough time to be women. They can't relax. Okay. Yes, feminism's cool. I'm glad you have choices. Good for you. But black women have the burden of masculinity and femininity. You don't need to be giving anybody, man or woman, the burden of masculinity and femininity, the responsibility of encouragement and the responsibility of nourishment. You don't need to be doing that. See, the thing about it is, the more responsible that a woman has to be as a man, the more self motivated, the more driven, the more um, combative, the more competitive. When you put that, the more on more survival mode. When you put that in a woman, that makes them masculine, that makes them unattractive, and that makes them feel like they can do what a man can do. You cannot do what a man can do, and that's perfect, that's beautiful, and that's why we appreciate you as a woman, because you're not doing men's work, you're not doing a man's job, you're not put in a situation where you have to turn off your emotions and mess your brain up because you want to be a man and a woman and think like a man or try to think like a man and think that you're gonna be able to go back to thinking like a woman safely, which is that's not practical. Okay, this is why there's so many women on antidepressants right now. 1 in 4, close to 1 in 4. Look it up. It's like 23% or 18%. That's still close to 25. That's too close to 25 to make me comfortable. Okay, with what's going on. But in the black community and a lot of the Spanish speaking communities, we have women that have the burden of masculinity, the burden of being competitive, the burden of being driven, the burden of being protecting, the burden of being the teacher. And they need to be nurturing and they need to be spiritual nutrition. And we don't need that, bro. We don't need that. So as a woman, to be attractive to a woman, bro, you have to be able to alleviate some of that weirdness going on, some of that devilishment going on in their spirits and their lifestyles, man. All you have to do is put yourself in a situation, man. Black women are extra masculine, man, and that's why. Because they have a lot of responsibilities, bro. Because they have a lot of responsibilities and they don't have the relief that they need. The thing about it is, I know I talk about a lot of women a lot on this channel. The thing about it is, bro, when when women are younger, when they're girls, a lot of them, not as much now, but a lot of them are trained to be wives if they have a mother and a father. Some of them are trained to be wives if they don't have a father. But who are they gonna practice on? Who are they gonna serve, right? So by the time they get older, they naturally can't handle certain responsibilities because they didn't see that and they weren't trained to handle, to be androgynously thinking, if that's the word. I don't think I said that in the right context, whatever. They can't even fathom of being a man and a woman thinking like a man and a woman. They're still feminine, they're still pure. They're not all jacked up. They know feminism, they're familiar with it, but they opt out of being this new type of person. I wouldn't even call it a woman, this new type of person, right? So this double-minded person. So when they see these dudes trying to go half and trying to do the 50-50 and trying to do, they get confused. They get turned off. And a lot of them just slingshot it. They rubber band in a in another direction, bro. And it's not even always in the black community, but all this strong, independent, I don't need no man, bro. That's not healthy. That's not healthy for once for either of the genders to think that they don't need the opposite gender. That is a trap. That is this is something that was systematically placed in this side of the world, bro. Because Chinese people know they need each other. The Chinese men know they need the Chinese women, and vice versa. The Indian people know they need their counterparts, right? Everybody knows except for the Western world, bro. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's one of the reasons why a lot of places are doing so much better than us financially and economically and culturally because they know they need their women. Their women know they need a man. They know they can't think how we think. We know we can't feel how they feel. We don't think they don't think they can do it by themselves. In Japan, there's some kind of thing going on over there where people, I don't even want to touch on that. I'm not Japanese, I don't care. But you don't want to give anybody the, and that's another thing. Pick the right everybody is not for everything. That's why I kept saying some people just need to stay woke because they put their energy and they put their attention into the wrong things, and no matter how much they know, how much they think they know, they're just not going to go up. They're just going to have more information on certain things, and they're gonna have even more power to focus on dumb things, right? Let me go back to what I was talking about yesterday. They got to be the dad and the mom, most of them. Yeah, it is what it is. It's sad. Let me go back to what I was talking about yesterday. So when you give enough people, when you give, that's why they say responsibility to the responsible. When you give all these kids, let's say, when I say kids, I'm talking about 15 to 25. You give all these kids this clout. You make them famous. We're talking about out of all these people in the world, 6 billion people, there's at least a million famous people. They don't know the responsibility of clout. They don't know their spiritual responsibility. They don't know the emotional responsibility that they have. So in 60 years, how many of these millions of people, by that time it's going to be millions with an S, how many of these people do you think are gonna die? Probably most of them, right? Probably most of them. They're gonna die and they're gonna be stuck roaming this earth, and they're gonna be upset. They're gonna be irate. They're gonna have a lot of power, and they're either gonna be stuck here roaming around with all this spiritual energy, or they're gonna reincarnate with all that dirtiness on them, with all that Instagram and all that YouTube and Facebook embedded in their soul, and they're gonna jump in one of these babies, or they're gonna be reincarnated, and they're gonna be weird and evil, bro, because they were famous in a past life, and now they have a sickness. They're being born with this sickness of having clout in a past life and this life, and now it's our responsibility as normal human beings to have enough spiritual knowledge and know how to combat these devils, bro. And you're putting your attention into giving these people a responsibility they have no idea they signed up for. But at the end of the day, man, that's what I was talking about. I should have said that. That was a lot clearer. I don't think I was as tired or motivated. But at the end of the day, let me just go over this list, man. The difference between a poor person and a rich person is a rich person is trusted with more responsibilities. They've already stood the test of time. They've already proven if they got it by work. They've already proven that they can handle north, south, east, and west, earth, air, fire, water, good, bad, happy, sad. They already proved that they could do that. That's how they got in their position, because they could do something whether it was hard or easy. They did it. Okay, that's what women want. Women want that person that doesn't blink when there's a problem. Because at the end of the day, let me ask you something. Did your woman really, really, just think about it, whether you're with her right now or not, was she really listening to you when you were telling her about your problems? Did she do the Niagara Falls when you had complaints about discrepancies at your job? Do you think that's what turned her on when you were complaining and talking about your past? You know why she was so turned off? Because those were small problems. And she was thinking, well, what if we had a baby and that baby has some kind of health issue? Or what if I was sick and I couldn't work? Or what if this happened? What if the car broke down on Christmas and I got to get in an interview in the morning? And that's what she was thinking. She might not have been consciously thinking that, but that's what she was thinking. So responsibilities are important, not just for women, just for friends in general, bro. Because pretty much what you do, what you dress like, what you smell like, and what you eat is gonna communicate. to somebody how responsible you are, what you have going on in your life. Why does this person have on these type of shoes? Because he did something to get those shoes. He handled his response. Or why doesn't this person ever wear? Why doesn't? Why doesn't this person ever do this? Because because he's not preparing for anything in his life because he doesn't have anything going on in his life, so he can do that. He can do that because nothing bad is going to happen. Nothing bad is going to happen if this person gets drunk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 12 o'clock at night. Nothing bad is going to happen. You know why? Because he doesn't have any real responsibilities. People with a lot of stuff going on in their life just don't do certain things, bro. Fortunately for you, you know that now. Okay, and I knew that, but I just didn't care, right? Also, you showing this is you showing the why are a lot of people who really, really have the knowledge, the information, the wisdom, how come they don't have millions of dollars? How come they don't have anything? Because you are putting blocks in your mind to show the universe that you can't even handle that. You're trying to do all these manifestations. You're writing it down. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. I feel like a millionaire. I think like a millionaire. I act like a millionaire. I organize like a millionaire. But you can't even handle 10,000. Have you ever even had $10,000 at one time? That's why because you are putting, you don't think you deserve it. You don't know you deserve it. You don't know you deserve it, and you don't have the physical evidence in front of you. You've never done anything to show yourself or the universe that you can actually handle a million or millions of dollars. So, of course, your subconscious mind is putting up blocks in front of you, bro. Of course, the universe is not gonna put you in a position to be in possession of $1 million. Why would you or the universe do that? Why? They're laws. There are laws that you subconsciously live by. There's laws that you live by that you don't even know that you are living by. You're doing it every day to protect yourself from yourself because you're not putting yourself in these dangerous, unhealthy, uncomfortable situations. Just like the mentor said, man, sometimes you gotta subtract to add, bro. Sometimes you gotta subtract to add. Nextly, bro, these going through these exercises, I use the word responsibility a lot, and I don't even want to say that word anymore. Going through these exercises, you're going to understand, you're going to vibrate on a level where you are understanding that people are going to see the work that you put in for yourself. They are going to see that you are trustworthy. They're going to see that you are self motivated. They're going to see that you don't have to go outside to prove something within, to build something within. It's all about you. To me, adding more challenges in your life, building more discipline, and making a beautiful schedule with excellent time management. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. And I know you know, but you just don't do it. And that's not okay. Because everything you want is gonna have to take you experiencing something to get an outcome. And the only way you're going to be able to experience the thing is if you have enough time. And the only way that you're going to have enough time is if you're organized. And the only way that you're going to be able to organize is if you can think clearly and logically. Okay? All of those things. And another way for you to think more logically and more clearly is if you initiate adding more responsibilities to your life. It's a circle of life, man. Nextly, man, what these things speak money, motivation, power, trust, discipline. People are going to think that you're trustworthy. They're going to know you're trustworthy. They're going to know that you have a lot of power and self control, okay? Then people are going to want to aid you a lot more. People are going to want you around. They're going to want you around because you're not so easily accessible. And they're going to know that you are dependable. I know it's messed up. Yes, people are going to know that they can use you. But when people use you, we have something called the law of reciprocity. You're going to be able to use them too. Just like they say, if you're friends with nine rich millionaires, you're the 10th. One way to look at it is I'm going to naturally adjust and make myself a millionaire. Or they're going to put me in position to be in possession of $1 million. Or the third way you can look at it is if they're really my friends and they all have $1 million and there's nine of them, then if something happened to me, then I have nine chances to extract $1 million out of this situation, or at max, $9 million. Okay. Of course, I'm not saying that you should finesse or play mind games and try to break these people for their hard earned money, but I'm saying it's a possibility, is what I'm saying. Okay? They're gonna see, look, this guy's doing this. He didn't have any opportunities, but I could see that he's a hard working. His this is in order. This is in order. I want to give him a shot. They call the other nine people. Boom. You know. And this is why the world is so imbalanced because we have responsibility to people that are they're responsible, but they're just not responsible for what they're doing. They just don't have any business doing what they're doing with their mind, body, and souls. And it's not everybody's fault, but it's a lot of people's fault. This is why there's this is why there is so much imbalance in the mind. We'll just say the minority community because this is a white people problem, this is a black people problem, Spanish speaking people problem, but it's mostly the Spanish speaking people's problems and the black people problem, man. We have the people going up that's supposed to be going down, the people that's down supposed to be going up, the people that's not around. Like, look, bro, I do want to speak about this a little bit, man. A woman ideally is not supposed to have the burden of masculinity. She's not supposed to do what a man is supposed to do, man. If you cannot do it when you are pregnant, you don't need to be doing it at all. You're not supposed to be putting yourself in a position where you have to think like a man. I'm not saying that you don't have to think logically or rationally. I'm saying as a man, you're not supposed to be putting yourself in positions where you have to be competitive and driven and self motivated, bro. Okay, you can do that. I can do a lot of things that I'm not gonna do, bro. Simple. Because that would make me sick. That would make me something that I'm not. That would make me that would transform my genetics into something they don't need to be, bro. So I need to stay away from that. You want to call something toxic? Thinking like the opposite gender. No, 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 no. What I will say is this: shout out to all the trans people and all of that. So, if you're trans, I'm not talking about you. But purposely thinking like the opposite gender just because you feel like you don't need them, that's toxic. That's toxic masculinity. When you're a woman and you try to think like a man, when you're a woman and you're masculine, that's toxic masculinity. Not punching somebody in the face because they cut you in line and stepped on your hard earned shoes, that's toxic masculinity from a woman. Men can be toxic when it comes to utilizing our masculinity. That's impossible. That's impossible. You lose. Okay. So, yes, toxic masculinity only exists when a woman is trying to be masculine. That's what I'm saying. It's true. It's controversial, but it's true. Give me one example of toxic masculinity, and I'll tell you if it's toxic or not. Exactly. You can't give me one. You can't. It's facts. So, that's it, man. I love you, strong, independent black women, but there's nothing strong about being sick. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all. I love you guys. My mom's black and all of that stuff. But choosing to be, choosing to put yourself in a position that is going to mess you up chemically for life, there's nothing strong about that. I'm not impressed. I'm impressed with you actually healing. I'm impressed with you actually try admitting that you're wrong, admitting that this is not supposed to be going on. People do it every day. When people, when men, when men act like women, when men think like women, emotionally, and they start to do things like a woman would do, they go to prison or they get harmed physically. Think about that. And when women act like men, they get rewarded. They actually get men to want to have babies with them. When men act like women, they get called names like convicts, like RIP, whatever their first name is, and all kind of names. Men who act like women don't last, don't have a happy life. I'm talking about heterosexual men that are acting like women that like women. They don't get the prize, bro. They don't get a high quality prize at least. And when women act like men, they get trophies, which is weird and backwards. That's what you created, though. That's what you voted for. So let me read this. Bro, yeah, I know. These two women were at my spot the other day, and one of them said, "Do you have toxic masculinity? Or you do have toxic masculinity?" That's not even a thing, bro. Toxic. Who thought of that? Sometimes I think I don't even want to go there, but oh, do you have toxic masculinity? What does she mean? Like, are you toxic, or was it like a joke? I have to understand the context. Dang, I put a lot of what was that? My do rag? Is my do? Oh man, did I do that right now? I'm pretty sure I did. Anyways, but yeah, man, responsible. The best, the best investment is number one. I should have just made the video on that. I should have addressed that a lot earlier. But taking responsibility for what you're not responsible for. So, like I said, I made a video about this a lot. And no, she was serious. I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "How you came at me aggressive." Oh, man, that's not necessarily toxic masculinity. That's more so a miscommunication or a miscommunication or you just not understanding how she wanted you to respond. That's all that is. But the first step would be taking responsibility for what you're not responsible for, you know. As far as hailing things that oh, a joke. Man, I tend not to joke with people unless I know a little bit about their type of sense of humor, but I don't know. I don't want to say I'm that. Oh, she knows she liked it that. No, no, I wasn't there. I don't know, man. But watching that, going back to that video, being responsible for what you're not responsible for. Pretty much what that means is healing the habits that you have inside you that came from a toxic parent or a jacked up environment. So, for example, if you're overweight right now and you were taught to eat a specific type of diet that made you overweight, you understanding that, look, I'm overweight, but I'm also an adult and I need to learn about these new food choices that I could be making. I might be addicted to food. I might have specific habits. I might have these things going on, but at the end of the day, you still make those choices. So you have to understand what you need to be doing so you don't have to make those, or so you don't consciously make those choices anymore. Like a lot of people, they got, something happened to them in the reproductive area, and now they act a specific way. They respond a specific way to life. They might have certain triggers or whatever the case may be. No, you didn't put yourself in a situation. No, you didn't. You didn't harm yourself. You know, but you still, that's still something that you, that's still a program that you have to reprogram, redirect, or get over. You have to release that. That's that's the hardest one. Taking responsibility for what you're not responsible for. But at the same time, it's the easiest one because you don't have to go outside. You don't have to go initiate anything. You don't have to gain any more, too many more resources. You can get therapy, you can read about it. That's the only two things you can do. To be honest, it might take you some years. It might not heal all the way, but those are the two quickest fixes. But yeah, guys, that is my video on the best things for you to invest in. Oh, I mean, under $5,000, man, yourself. It doesn't take it doesn't take any money at all for you to invest in yourself, bro. But at the end of the day, if you do have an extra little money, man, that those experiences and the person that you become with that money is worth 10 times more than that little money, man. Reading some kind of literature, getting some kind of class, some kind of coaching, learning some kind of skill, because you can leverage these things to get more money. You become more of a valuable person. Nobody can take that knowledge away from you. Nobody can take those responsibilities away from you. Nobody can change you into the person that you used to be, but they can take the materialistics. Oh man, that's what's up. House arrest. Oh, you did tell me. Gain some extra weight on house arrest. So now I'm getting back in the shape with this water fast. That's what's up, man. I always encourage that, bro. Definitely. I got these little weights, man. They came. It's two dumbbells or barbell. I don't even know the difference. I believe they're barbells. Two barbells where you can it comes with an extra rod, and you can screw them together and make a bench press bar, bro. So I definitely am not mad at that investment at all. So yeah, man, invest in your health and invest in your knowledge, and then bro, I've messed around and ordered the wrong way. It's only 25 pounds. I thought it was gonna be 50 pounds each, but they're really not. They're really easy to find, bro. But they're dumbbells, they're barbells that convert into and a bench press bar. Real simple. They're on the floor. Hold up, I got the black and red. Let me show you real quick. My battery's been charging like a mother. I'm just starting on my X, man. All right, so yeah, this is the dumbbell, and it comes with this rod, and you just screw it on like that, and then you screw the other one on the other side. That's all you do. Let me put this down. Yeah, but it's fire, bro. I took them apart because I was watching this video of this guy. The bench. Oh, I don't have a bench. I don't have a bench. I got this big ottoman. Somebody gave me an ottoman, and I just lay on that. But yeah, he was saying that bench presses don't help your chest out to grow as much as flies do. So I'm gonna start doing my flies today. I might just order me some food, man, and call it a day, man. I've been with my girl all day, man, and just trying to, you know what I'm trying to say, man. So I gotta go to work tomorrow. I just got a raise. Of course, I just Sarah Moses, man. Of course, I just got a raise, man. Of course. But yeah, I'm about to be out this thing, man. I gotta clean up a little bit, do a little bit of ancestor work. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you guys had a wonderful time watching this video. I hope you soaked up a lot of knowledge, man. Invest in yourself. Add more responsibilities to yourself, man. Add more stress in your life. Add more challenges to your life. Take those cold showers. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Sensei, man, for doing that water fast, man. Invest in yourself, invest in your health. Eat that whole foods, bro. Whole foods, man. Fruit, water. Make sure to eat your water as well as drink your water, man. That's equally important, man. Hey, man, thanks. I definitely appreciate that, man. And when I start picking up a little bit and I have more topics to speak on and I don't just say the same stuff, it's definitely going to be more enjoyable. I'm liking this lighting, and I'm just getting ready to go to this next step, man. I'm still sober, still trying to eat well and just take care of my people, man. But that's it, man. It's Aaron Moses on the band. You the bang, we the bang together, man. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.